Hello everyone, the following report is very important about the corona infection, whereby it has to be said first that the true incubation period is 3 months and we can only really protect ourselves with a hazmat suit. A suit that is hermetically fully closed and has an independent oxygen unit, which means that all the medical personnel in the hospital are in danger. Okay, 23 April 2002, you probably heard it, the boss of the WHO wants to contact trace and each and every individual around the world, meaning that everyone who has crossed or visited a COVID patient or COVID patient in asymptomatic incubation will be tracked down via smartphone, this via the apps on their smartphone or people's smartphone and its microphone or the code, which is a navigation unit which is baked into the hardware of the phone, meaning that governments will automatically declare you a patient from the moment you've entered someone's incubation period, that is to say, have met someone who later on turned out to become sick. Now, additionally to this, we know that if we walk around the street we see not one girl, not one woman which does not engage with another person, that is to say a man, or we see no man who would not engage with a female person, even if he would have a slight cough, this and that. This means that if we now count this incubation period of 3 months, and we acknowledge that this contact tracing can be happening with a retroactive effect, a retroactive working, then this means that they can go 3 months back from the moment, 3 months back, and in these 3 months you may not have met any person who possibly can or could become sick, because otherwise you're now a potential victim. And then what? Who could be forced to test, who could be dragged out of his home, or could be put in a quarantine center and never come out. We do not know this, so if we are honest with ourselves, we know that within the past 3 months we have visited at least one person. This means that we all could be a threat to this, receiving a threat from this contact tracing. Furthermore, you know, on the one hand they are reopening the borders of the lockdown, and on the other hand they are chaining us as prisoners with this data tracking. What will be the next thing? This makes the call for protesting against this necessary, and the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to put away your cell phone for every visit you make. It's also highly important, I think, then, because what will be next, to be aware of which noises you make behind your high-tech, your cell phone or your computer, because, you know, maybe also sneezing could be a sign of being possibly infected, or just sniffling around or using your handkerchief too much, whatever. Will it really go so far? Will they drive it so far that we will have to be attentive what noises we make behind our high-tech devices? It would be irresponsible, in my view, to advise everyone to go on the streets even with 3.5 meter distance or more, since the whole thing is really too dangerous and cannot really be secured. Why this man, and this is the man of the WHO there, is threatening every single citizen on this planet for being possibly infected. What will they do with us when they declare you and me infected? And why does the WHO does not inform us about this already, but leaves us in the dark? That in a threatening manner, with saying enough is enough. I mean, what can we do about the fact that there is such a dangerous virus? It's like, you know, it's our fault. Enough is enough. You know, we are the citizens. We also want to help and make decisions on what will be. It's not up to one man to say enough is enough. I mean, where you come from? May we think about people who work in shops and have to pass hundreds of individuals every day. What will it be if these people will be data tracked? What about people like, for example, here in our city, we live together with more people in one house, like students, you know. We just live together with 4 and 5 people in one house. We have one toilet room, we have one kitchen, we have one living room. You cannot really be separated. What if one person gets sick there? The whole will be put in quarantine. Then we have these homeless people who would be and are put in some big building to save these people from the dangerous life on the street. And then just to be data tracked there, that is absolutely insanity and makes no sense. So if you think deep enough about this, this is really a big threat to each and every one of us. Enough is enough, but please, what will you really mean with that? Because with such a colossal, all-restricting regulation, a lot of other regulations will follow from this, which are not yet pronounced. We are not informed about this, what is on their agenda, and leaves everybody thinking about it and questioning about it, and this brings some more fear, even more fear and uncertainty. That is not a very tactful way for a head of the WHO to speak to a major public around the world. It looks like they may all want us to be tested to force us on their horrible vaccines without consent. The truth about vaccines, however, is a vaccine only works for a particular strain, but no longer when mutation has occurred. You know, first he said it isn't transmittable from humans to humans, and let this monster break out and spread the whole world. You know, there's also no mouth masks available for the people, but also, you know, almost not for the medical people. We do know that such a pandemic was to be expected because of the overpopulation, and, you know, there's many things around this which makes this clear. Virologists and specialists, these people know this. So now we don't have to say, we don't have any mask, we don't have any regulations, we don't know about anything. If you don't know about anything, then please don't be the boss of our WHO for the people. Okay, furthermore, nobody deserves to be treated like this, and certainly also not with such a rough language. It's obvious that nobody wants such a person at the head of our health decision making. Therefore, as a majority, we must all together unify and demand this for this man to resign, since he failed in all directions and brings ever more danger. This is also probably so, and I'm not a politician or doing very much in politics, actually nothing, but I'm not good in politics. But I just make the point here that this is probably also the reason why Trump has stopped financing the WHO, and furthermore we see also that Bill Gates worked together with the WHO, and why that is. We must demand this still before he directs all of us out of our homes and force us onto their vaccines or dump us into his mind and body threatening quarantine concentration camps. And that is what I call them, because in truth they are such. the regulations and the safety measures and the quarantine centers are not enough, and therefore people can die there, get infected there, therefore they come to the same as being a concentration camp. Remember what happened with the cruise ships scenario. To help and unify, please join our Facebook page, see link below. Also, we alternative medicine men who have the knowledge about the correct medicines against the coronavirus are never spoken about, and certainly not in the mainstream media, which has to be the greatest question for you, namely why they don't do this, why no talk about the alternative medicine man, very important here, who can truly save the world. Or do you still believe that there are no alternative medicines to fight this apparent killer machine, namely this corona pathogen, question mark? We have tried to contact the WHO by phone to inform about the better regulations and solutions, but we couldn't just get in there, called all the money I had available, 30 euros, and still no contact. We tried to contact our government with finally no longer response. We tried to contact every major hospital here in Belgium, but good as most of the directors of these hospitals, except for a few very reasonable and worthy individuals, all are not capable of understanding something that they didn't learn at school and is brought to them via different sources. That they just don't react, that is not okay. This is not really professional. We knowledgeable and alternative medicines would, just like everyone else, be declared a COVID patient. We who possess the knowledge to prevent people from being affected by this disease, and which we of course like to share with the rest of the world, but seemingly nobody is interested. And nobody believes even a single bit when it is not a medical licensed medical practitioner who says a damn thing. May also we, alternative medicinal informed individuals, stand up to proclaim our rights here and come together as medicinal practitioners. We deserve special rights to protect our people and inform them without solution, no evolution. And on Facebook there is a group page to unify and talk about further solution regarding the pandemic, see link below. So altogether, in my opinion, we must demand the stop of this contact tracing inhumanity. This won't eradicate the virus. This will only succeed with working medicines. May we all stop this declared loony regulation. So these derailed loony regulations of the WHO, and also have this man at the WHO removed from his office, stand for our rights here, that the government must stay out of our houses practically and digitally, and demand the release of the correct medicines, which they are now trying to keep for themselves. Or do you never question why it will not be that the boss of the WHO will fall sick with the coronavirus? Indeed he won't. Be welcome to these Facebook groups, and may we all unite and let our voice be heard. Okay, until here, thank you.